me this time. You're mute, Chris.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to NUFC Talk TV late night show, and we started already on the left foot, but
Hey,
man,
God almighty.
Can only get better.
yeah, man, it
Things can only get better.
can only go up from here. Can only go up from here. Certainly. Don't forget, hit
only
the
way-
like button. Hit the like button. Help us out, please. Very important. Smash the like button right now. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the bell for notifications. That way, you get notified every time we're live or upload a video. Become a member if you can. You enjoy exclusive perks. Join our website as well, nufctalk.tv. And another preview, really important matchup against Arsenal tomorrow. Very, very important match. To me, it is Armageddon. It is Doomsday. It is the day where men become men and kids become kids. Somewhere
I think you
around
better
that
start that sentence again.
but anyways, whack, whack, whack.
This is just going from the sublime to the ridiculous.
Exactly. Well, at the end of the day, tomorrow is a very important day, and it will define whether Eddie Howe is somebody to take you forward or not, in my opinion, because it will. You got to lead. If you bottle that, there's nothing. I mean, that is a stain that you cannot remove. To bottle a 2-0 lead against a top team at St. James's Park, you need to show that you're made for these games, whether it's the manager, the players, etc. So that's why now some people out there, some folks might say that
this
it's
might
not,
surprise you. Might surprise Tiger's in the chat there. It certainly might surprise him. But I agree with you.
Now that's a start.
Yeah.
If Eddie Howe cannot get us through this game to Wembley when we're 2-0 up with almost a full squad, we've got no J7, we've got no Wilson, we've got no Barnes, but other than that, we have a full squad, which I said at the start of the season was good enough to finish second, potentially, with a fair wind. If his tactical nous is not sufficient to get us over the line at home, under the lights, then Tiger, I'll be jumping on your side of the fence, son.
You're gonna be 80 out too?
I
well, he's not.
certainly
His
am.
Tiger's not 80 out yet, so you would go above.
If we don't get to Wembley, I will be Eddie out.
Oh man.
As much as that hurts,
Damn, man. It hurts.
yeah, it hurts. Because I was hoping that he was going to be here for 20 years, and I still think he will. Because I don't think we'll get
20 years. Get out of here, man.
I don't think we'll be. I don't think we'll blow the lead tomorrow. But if we do, then what he's proven is that he hasn't got the ability to.
Well, that is
to
one
manage
way of
the
looking
squad.
at it. That's one way of looking at it.
And I don't believe. I don't for one second believe that's the case. But football, as we've said a million times, is results based. And if he can't get us over the line tomorrow, sorry, Edison, love you to bits, but your time is done.
Man, you forgot. B. Reagan said you forgot your happy pill, man. Happy clappy pill. Man.
No, because Beer Viking, I still think we're going to do it, so I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah,
I'm just being a realist.
I still think we're going to advance, but it's if it happens that we don't, then it needs to be. I mean, I don't know what they even. I don't even want to fathom the fact that we could bottle a game like that.
2-0 lead.
I mean, that 2-0 is
It would be unforgivable.
yeah. But it's not old angry new gamer says. So you get rid of Eddie. Who do we get in?
Well, that's a,
Well, we won't get
as
to
I've said
that.
again, as I've said many times, that should never be the reason not to get rid of somebody who you think isn't good enough.
All right.
That's what you worry about down the line. If you've
I don't think.
decided he's not good enough, which I will have done if he blows it to, and I mean, that could be some sort of freak reasons why, if we get 3 players sent off in the first 5 minutes because the referee's having, that could potentially be, but it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen.
I don't think it's gonna happen either, but it is a possibility. Regardless, we got the poll up. See the predictions. I messed up on this one because I put a draw, although not really because it is a possibility. But obviously, I should have done what I usually do: Newcastle advance, Arsenal advance,
To progress.
and that's it. But anyways, so listen, man, it was 3 a.m. when I put this poll up, but I was tired as hell, man. But 533 votes as of now. And 59%. Now things have definitely leveled up a little bit. And Newcastle win 59%. Usually these polls are like 80% or above for Newcastle. So some Newcastle fans not too convinced. So 59%, 22% that Arsenal will win. So I'm taking the wins as they are advancing.
Not necessarily. That's the point with the way you've done it.
Yeah, I know that, but I mean, most people
Because
will vote.
Arsenal will win 1-0, but we still go through.
Yeah, but I think most
Yeah,
people are saying.
When you
who's
say
the
advance, it's on the aggregate score, isn't it?
Yeah, but the advance is not there, is it? It's just the.
I know that, but I'm saying I think most people are voting for who's advancing. I don't think that's what I think. But yeah, I mean, you can.
Well, you can't have a draw in that case, can you?
Well, you can, because they can win 2-0. It goes on to extra time.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, well, that's still not who's advanced in, is
Well,
it?
I'll tell you what. Let's
Well,
go. With
no,
the
I mean, obviously,
let's-
if you're looking at the full time score, and I think that's where.
Let's go. Let's go with the comments put on this poll in particular. Shit happens says 2-1 to Tune. Thunderbolt Arsenal 3, Newcastle 1, and that would have us going to penalties or no?
What? But so if it's 2-0 to Arsenal at
Extra
90
time.
minutes,
3-1.
there's 30 minutes.
Oh, it's extra time. So
Yeah.
it's extra time now? I thought it was.
So it's extra time in the semi-finals. Yeah.
Semi-finals. only.
Okay. So there you go. So we don't know who's the well. May read more. I wish I felt more confident than I do. Says Thunderbolt. Terbrug says the delusion is on another scale. After Fulham, best we can hope for is not to be humiliated by Arsenal at St. James's Park. Damn, man. Oh, he says get Ashley in so we can start spending again. Ashley never spent, man. That's a myth that the Mighty Wind started. He never spent a damn. He bought rubbish players. That's not spending. So no.
He did spend, but he did sell as well. He balanced the books every bloody
He
year.
didn't buy no quality players, man.
No, he didn't say he bought quality. I'm saying he did buy, but he did sell.
Colin says 1-1 defend if it were final. Arsenal beat a poor City defense. We need to be a hell of a lot better. It's ours to lose. No messing about at the back. Yeah. Hoof it up. Hoof it up front.
Hoof that twat.
We are not good or quick enough in defense. There you go.
Hoof the twat.
Exactly. Reluctant gamer can't be a draw. Well, yeah. He complained about that option. That was LEDC says, why even put a draw? There you go. Well, fuck me, man. Give me a break, man. Anyways, so that's whatever. You guys can vote though. We should put up a poll in a minute, so we'll do that so you can see. You can give your opinion. All right. Well, let's talk about the game. A really important game, massive game for Newcastle United. The FA Cup is not guaranteed. We don't know what's going to happen there, but we are very close in the Carabao Cup.
If we can't beat Birmingham City on Saturday, Eddie does need sacking.
Yeah. No, I know that, but I mean, you guys still got a long way to go for the
Oh,
FA Cup.
absolutely.
So
Yeah. If
you're
we
right
get a
here.
couple of injuries tomorrow night, then that, obviously it changes the whole look of the game, doesn't it?
But not against Birmingham, surely.
No.
Well, mate, we said that. If you think about it, we conceded against Bromley. We only just beat Wimbledon with a penalty. You know what I mean? You can't just. There's no gimmies, especially if you go down to the tier that we have been off the bench, and that's the concern for me. We just don't seem to have that initial setup from the bench coming onto the park. So. It's going to be an interesting one tomorrow night. That's all I'm saying. Let's keep Saturday to Saturday.
Yeah. No, tomorrow is the big game. But I mean, what should be our approach? There can be many things.
Well,
I
there you
don't
go.
know that. I don't
Well,
know necessarily that being intense and pressing is our best bet. To
Can
be
I
honest with
say, should we start with the man in the middle, which is
you.
Simon Hooper, for tomorrow's game?
Oh, who popped
It's
up?
his fourth time with Newcastle in the Premier League, and we've lost 2, won 1. So it's a case of do we, he's not. I mean, he ain't a bad referee, but he has been inclined to make a couple of mistakes, and I hope he's better than what we saw in the middle on Saturday. So, for me, he's going to have a big say in this game because what Newcastle need to do is they need to get stuck in. That ball has got to be challenged. They've got to stay tight. There's got to be no gaps between, the defence and midfield and the midfield and the forward line. However, Eddie decides with this, setup that he does, the 5-5-0 that he likes to play when he keeps everything tight. But the lines still have to be challenged. You'll not defend for 90 minutes defending your 18-yard box. There's got to be a gap that's equal from the defender to the goalkeeper to sweep any balls over the top. And everybody in the middle of that park has got to stay tight and stop through any of the passing lanes through to the forward line, because that's where they unpicked Man City the weekend. It was more the fact that, everybody can say Man City were a poor side, and at times they were. But it was too easy, far too easy for Arsenal to pass through the lines. And if we give them those opportunities, like I said, if they score in the first 20 minutes, all the pressure's on us. There's no pressure on them at all. All the pressure will be on Newcastle.
If they score, what you said?
If they score within the first 20 minutes, all the
Honestly.
pressure will be on Newcastle. So they have to keep it tight. And like I say, they have to keep, everything really narrow. If they goes out wide, as long as they can get closed down and they pass backwards, I don't care if literally Arsenal have 90% of the ball tomorrow night, as long as there's no shots, as long as we can block
Look at that.
everything and do all that.
Arsenal Avenger, we're coming for you, Newcastle.
Yeah, here we go.
Look at that. Now we're starting to get the goons out, man. The goons coming out of the woodwork. You scored against Man City. Now everybody's got their chest out, and that's fair enough. I don't think Arsenal are gonna get advance. But the thing is, most importantly, is about Newcastle, or it's Newcastle's to lose. But the thing is that I don't know what the tactics should be, and that's the problem. Because if we press, we're gonna leave spaces open. I don't think we need to do that. Now, on the other hand, I don't know that this team knows how to defend. I don't know that this team knows how.
That's the camp I'm in.
So I have no clue. I have no clue, because if you keep pressing, you're gonna invite them to come over. Eventually, they got fast players and players of quality. They will be, they will have a situation. And remember, against Arsenal over there, they had opportunities as well that they didn't score. Havertz had a few. One hit the post.
Yeah.
And then if you sit back in the same game against Arsenal, we closed the game with 5 midfielders, but we're not going to do that from the get go.
No.
And
I think you're right. I think the way they set up when we played them last and we won at their place, you could see they gave Isak far too much respect. They didn't know whether to come tight on him or jump off him, and didn't matter what they did on the night. Isak just shone, and he caused them no end of trouble. But I revert back to what I saw on the weekend with Man City when they conceded and it went 1-1. What Arsenal had a tendency to do, and instead of sitting off and playing a standard, 3 markers with 1 extra body at the back, they went man for man and they went touch tight with everybody. Now, Man City aren't now, schmugs when it comes to attacking formations and things like that. And what that did was it was a 6-on-6 bodies in the middle of the park, all fighting for the ball. And once that ball was won back, I mean, Man City did clear it, but it was it was recirculated to Arsenal, and they pushed the ball really early up to the front men, and that was their tact against Man City. And I think that's what we've got to stop. I think if they decide to go man for man at the back,
I would love it.
they're taking a massive risk because any
if
ball
they
then
go
behind.
man for man for us, I would love it.
But that is also a thing that we got in our favor is that, and by the way, they're going to have to, because I mean, how else are they going to score? They're going to have to go for it at some point.
No. The point I'm making is if they go man for man with us, we have got enough quality players to exploit that. Tonali will be able to turn somebody and get away. Bruno will be able to turn somebody and get away. Anthony Gordon will be able to turn somebody and get away. And then it's all down to the main man.
Yeah, but
we need to get him. We need his boots back on.
But you can also say that about what actually happened away. For us away, Martinelli had Livramento on the left side, and then Kai Havertz is not living up to his potential. I did have some faith in him as far as career is concerned when he moved away from Chelsea, but he's certainly not putting up the goals that he needs to be. So you can say that Fabian Schär or whoever we got in there is going to have to. We're going to get into that obviously to the lineup, but they got some players, man. They're not no bums. So
yeah.
You're saying that we got the players? Well, they also have players?
Bear in mind they haven't got Saka tomorrow,
Sure.
and the last two, and nobody's telling me Arsenal are not a better team with Saka than they are without him. And the last twice they've played us at the park with Saka, they've had 1 shot on target in 180 minutes.
Well, I already foresee this that we're gonna have to contain them for a good couple of minutes, or a good 5 to 10 minutes. I do see that, and can we do that? Is the issue for me.
I think au contraire. I think we should play a normal game, get at them, because in 7 out of the last 12 games, we've scored in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm just going to go back to the point you've just made regarding Saka. I mean, we all know Saka's a quality player, but the one thing that's been a breath of fresh air from me watching Arsenal, and again, I'm watching Arsenal as a neutral, if you like, is this Nwaneri, the lad who plays right wing. He's a young lad. He's playing with a lot of freedom. He's obviously scoring goals. He's causing trouble. And to me, that's what I'm saying. The one thing with Arteta, he's allowed youth. I mean, you've got Lewis Skelly at left back, and this Nwaneri, who, I'd never really heard of, but he plays well. And I think, for me, it's a case of we can't disrespect the team.
You've never heard of him because you couldn't get a game with Saka in the team.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But it also proves that they've got enough in their armoury, to still put a player on the park that can affect the game. Can we say that off the bench? I mean, apart from Harvey Barnes.
Hell no.
No, our bench is paper thin, as we know, and especially after this pox-ridden transfer window. But
there we go.
I'm still more than happy that we can progress.
Well, absolutely. I mean, like I said, 2 goals up at home.
We'll get another one. That's it.
That's it.
That's
absolutely.
it. Well,
Yeah,
which is
absolutely.
why the last thing I want to see is us sitting back
Well, that's the thing, though. I mean,
because we can't do it.
We've never looked comfortable sitting back, have we?
No.
You know.
all right. So let's get into the question because all anger. We're gonna get into your comments. He's asking why is Eddie's job on the line tomorrow. Let me tell you this, man. Welcome to elite football. Elite footballers, elite managers, elite clubs are measured on when the kitchen is hot, when the
Big games.
when big games. That's where it is. You know what I mean? If you're content having a club that just sits there and everything will happen at some point or may not, may happen, and that's your choice. This channel is for everybody to live how they want to live. But as far as I'm concerned, I need to know that the manager that we have, can win big games as well as the players, by the way. And so tomorrow is a big test for him. It's as simple as it is, but that's the football, man. It's football. Bobby Robson had to leave because the results
we
weren't
could have
coming.
a situation tomorrow where whatever Eddie's tactics are, create half a dozen gilt-edged chances, and none of them are taken. Now, that's not Eddie's fault. But what will be his fault is if he sees those chances aren't being taken, and instead of doing what he has a tendency to do, which is just give them a bit more time, they will convert one of them, to do something proactive instead of waiting until Arsenal score, give them a load of wind in their sails, and then we are on the back foot defending.
But here's the thing: if Newcastle find themselves in a situation where we're getting bombarded and we just can't, because there are games where you just can't do it. Like you're not gonna score. It's not your day. It's not looking good. That he's gonna have to understand. If that is the moment right now, I need to know how to get the result. And if that means at halftime, our creators are not creating, our scorers are not scoring.
Taking these off at halftime, so be it.
He has to do what he has to do to be able to advance. It's plain and simple. If he needs to put two extra midfielders just like he did against Arsenal at the end of the game, then so be it. But he has to get the result. Because you're taking in consideration that we're up 2-0. You know, obviously, if you start the game like that, then now we'll have an issue with it. But, you know, we understand, obviously, we're up. So Eddie's got a big job tomorrow. Let's go with some comments, shall we? If you guys don't mind. Andrew Harper, we are having the same sort of dip in form we had 2 years ago around the cup run. Davey Eddie, we are virtually in the Champions League places in both cups. Who would have said that 6 weeks ago? Exactly. So Eddie did come to his senses, and then obviously some of the substitutions now are not looking too great. Although we've won games, we've lost games, that remains the same. So Kelvin, we win this cup, I generally don't care where we finish in the league. Well, to a certain extent, yes, I would agree with you because we finish Europe. We go to Europe anyway. But I mean, yeah, but see, there's the thing though, Kelvin. We are still living in the past, man. The elite teams, look, Man United are rubbish for like the last 15 years or more probably. But they've won FA Cups multiple times. They won stuff. But the next season, what happens? You gotta get right back on that horse and ride it. You know what I mean? Because that's the way it works. Big teams, whether you like them or you don't like them, that's what they need to do. Get right on there and keep going, keep achieving, and that's the way. That's what we need to change a little bit our mentality, man. Because if we win the Carabao Cup, it would be amazing. Eddie Howe would never be sacked for job guaranteed.
He will get a statue.
Possibly could probably argue that.
First one in 60-odd years. I think so.
So, however, you see how long you got until the season is over. I mean, you can't just say, "All right, I'm done."
No, absolutely.
You can't do that. So we gotta have some standards, man. We gotta have some standards.
Right, I was just reading somebody in the comment there, and apologies, I did brush over it when my other screen went off. Bear with me a second. I think it was somebody called Patty.
Oh yeah, all
Who
the way
was
up. Yeah.
yeah, who was talking about obviously, and we said this before. You know, February is a massive month for Newcastle because it's going to shape the rest of the season. And it could, as daft it looks, if we lose this tomorrow, if our heads drop and then we go out against Birmingham, God forbid, then you've got the big clubs coming our way, the Cities and Liverpools and Forest, and we lose virtually every game in February. I can see the pressure becoming really high around that noose on Eddie's neck, because at the end of the day, in the situation that we're in at the moment, we are favourites, and we are favourites across the board on all of the bookies. And you can't tell me that being in the situation that we are now, a manager or head coach, whatever you want to call him, has to motivate his players. If these lads aren't already up for this game, then they shouldn't be wearing black and white.
Well,
Yeah.
and I think they are, because I think that they left quite a bit on the pitch on Saturday,
Well,
which is why we got
Yeah,
battered down.
yeah. Maybe that's the case. Maybe
They
that's the case.
they had one eye on Wednesday. I don't think there's any doubt about that. And listen, we've never had any problem getting motivated against the so-called bigger teams. That's never been a problem for us.
Yeah,
It's getting
but
motivated against the so-called lesser teams.
yeah, but we got issues winning must-win games. So all of that combined, we have to see which one is gonna
No, well,
prevail.
when you think two two semis, and
We lost the
quarter
final. What are you talking
final of
about?
the cup, and when you look at the cup runs we've had and who's knocked us out, we've been knocked out of the cups by Chelsea, by Man City.
So
You,
all of
you
a
know,
sudden, we don't have
we've,
issues with winning big games.
we've done okay in the
No,
cup.
no, no. So we don't have issues winning big games
They're
no
all
more.
must win games.
Nah, I don't agree with
Both
that.
away from home, by the way.
A week ago, you were saying Newcastle never win must-win games, and now you're saying the opposite.
No, I'm saying we
Maybe.
don't must win games against the lesser teams.
Nah.
I think the first thing you have to do, and I think this is where, with players that are sometimes overconfident in their ability, and I'm going to say that with a little bit of tongue in cheek. Look, you talked about Chelsea. Now, if Kieran Trippier hadn't have tried to head that
Yeah.
ball back, or just cleared it for a corner, I'm not saying we wouldn't have gone on and scored. Yeah, do anything else apart from what he did. And I think tomorrow night, that has got to be the number one focus. Limit the mistakes you make as an individual. And if you're in any doubt whatsoever, clear your lines,
Yeah.
regroup, and go back. Because at the end of the day, it is them that have got to come to us, not the other way around. We haven't got to force anything tomorrow. We've just got to keep it tight.
And on that very subject, what would be your back four?
Well, we're gonna get into a line. Hold on, we're gonna get into a lineup. We'll step by step, old man. No, don't rush, man. Take it easy, bro. Foreplay, man. Come on.
No, that's for young'uns. That.
Come on, man. Foreplay. Let me give you some insights. Newcastle United.
Straight in.
No. Newcastle United have won the previous 2 matches against Arsenal. That's big, actually. And then Arsenal haven't lost in 6 matches. I mean, those stats are kind of whatever, but in these games, it's about you and me. And, that's it, man. Right now, we're ready for a dance-off. So that's simple
Past
as
is history.
The
future's a mystery.
All right.
But right now is a gift.
Ooh.
That's why they call it the present.
Presents.
Hey,
look at that. There's a smile on his face when you said that, man.
Ooh, come on, man.
We are knackered.
Banani. All right. Injury list for both players, for both teams, injured and suspended. Newcastle only have 3. Wilson, Barnes, and Lascelles, and maybe Joe Linton. So we're going to talk about that in a minute. He might be doubtful. As far as Arsenal is concerned, White is he got a knee injury. Bukayo Saka out with a hamstring, and you got Gabriel Jesus out as well as Tomiyasu. So pretty good, important players for Arsenal out, but obviously they do get a bit of a
There's
deeper
only
squad.
one really, and
Well,
I suppose you could argue Ben White.
Ben White, you can say something
Might,
about
might
Jesus.
get a
I mean,
start.
so
They've got their two main men at the back. That's the
and so it's shall we go with the well? Let's look at some stats. I mean, just for previous reference, or for not for future reference, but for previous, whatever it is. Dude, I'm tired as hell, man. I'm telling you, I'm tired, boy. I'm tired.
Well, to be fair, you have been up since 3 o'clock.
Fucking hell,
Yeah,
man. I am and then that rubbish website of ours don't work. The feed they gave us doesn't work. Come on, man. But it works on the damn app. All right. Anyways, I always like to look at the last three matches that actually matter into this one, because the lineups might be the same, although never matches are not the same. It's a new thing. But we got a pretty good record against them in the last two matches. We did lose 4-1 over there last season in the Premier League. We actually brought that up in the quiz. And then we beat them early in the season with the 1-0 with the it was in, it was out, a ball at St. James's Park. And then it's been a bit of a back and forth really throughout the past few years. They win, we win, they win, we win, draw. Pretty good matches with Arsenal, to be fair. Let's go with their lineup. Shall we? I mean,
I think just before you crack on, just while we're doing stats, I believe there's been less than 2.5 games in the last 8 out of 9 games. Obviously, the 4-1 you've just mentioned. Apart from
2.4 goals, you mean?
Yeah, it's been pretty tight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, they've got to change the
that 4-1.
Part of that 4-1, it's been pretty tight.
Yeah. Actually, we gotta do some comments.
And we won the second half of that when Dan Burn came on, by the way.
Yeah.
Let's do some comments real quick. Carlo scored 2 again and go 5-5-0 again.
Easy
game.
peasy, way I call it.
All angry says, "What will the excuses be when we get knocked out tomorrow?"
No
Well,
excuses.
you're the one. Wait, time out. You're the one defending Eddie Howe, and why are we blaming Eddie Howe? And then now you're saying, "What are the excuses tomorrow?" It can only be one excuse. The ones that are on the pitch.
To be fair, you could argue it's the board's fault for not.
Man, you beat this team 2-0, man. Away. You should be able to get the result. Trust me. Should be able to advance. Not. No team has overturned a 2-goal deficit in the league cup semifinal.
Ever.
Second leg. Ever. But that's crazy though, because
there's a first time for everything.
That's crazy because it's not really like a 4-0. I mean, scoring twice. You score once in the first 10 minutes, man. And trust me, but the Newcastle will be shaking in their boots. I guarantee you.
And by the way, that 2-0 deficit, it's turnover that's never happened. That not even when the 2-0 has been, when you're playing the return leg at home.
Mm-hmm.
And this one they're playing away.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. That's an interesting one.
Also worth mentioning that Arsenal's last victory at St. James's Park was 2-0. Ooh.
So we'll win on penalties.
Well, if we go to penalties, there is not
it's squeaky bum time, mate.
No. If we go to penalties,
we are knackered.
It is over, man. I'm telling you, it is over. You better start leaving, man.
No, that'll be.
We don't win on penalties, man. That's not our thing.
Wait, but we do. We've started.
No, we don't. We started what? When Longstaff with Forrest. Come on, man, get out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think we have to mention this one.
That's something like the Carabao Cup ball, so easy win. There you go. That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a brilliant one.
All right, Mighty Mag. I think a heavy beating tomorrow. Eddie could be out sooner than we think. Well, that is true. Beer Viking wins forgot his happy clappy pill. There you go. Tiger Studios win has finally hit ambition. Come on, my guy. Yes, there you go. Patty says, I said it this morning. If we bottle tomorrow against BC Birmingham, Lose versus Forest. City, Liverpool. We could be mid-table and season over, and would be Eddie out for me too.
Yeah.
Ooh, but that I mean, no, losing against Birmingham. Come on, man.
Depends on how deflated the lads are. I mean, it's going to go one way or the other. It should be a massive kick up the bottom, obviously.
But I tell you what, though, I mean, I on this situation, I was to give the Gordon Ramsay pep talk. Find when you get a chance, find your bullocks, and when you find them, start using them. You know what I mean? If you lose, bro, you ain't nothing better than revenge, which is there's no revenge, to be honest. Losing tomorrow, I mean, it will be demoralizing. I'm not gonna lie.
It will.
But that's when if you lose games like this, the guys will never come out in the tune. They'll stay in their house for weeks, 2 weeks at least. You just get delivered. You just get it delivered like Mighty Win, man. Just get the man deliver the food. But if you win, they'll be out walking in the tune, man. Getting waiting for all that.
Even a chest.
Oh yeah, exactly. And even Isak is gonna be spotted with his dog again. So shout out to Sam A. Appreciate you, Sammy. Says, does Miley get a start with J7 hurt? We're going to get into Newcastle's lineup, so we'll pull up your question, obviously. We're going to do Arsenal's lineup real quick, but before that, we're going to give you your opportunity and read people's comments. So thank you, Mr. Sammy. Mark Todd says, who's coming in for J7? Sorry, no, we're going to get to that. No worries. Tiger Studios, I think people are forgetting we lost 2 back-to-back home games. Arsenal could smash us tomorrow. Course, Tiger.
Yeah, there's Mr. Optimistic. What's he like, man? Hey, man.
Carlo.
We wouldn't have lost if we had a 2-0 start, Tiger.
Exactly. Carlo, win once the Carabao Cup, a good FA Cup run, and top 5 finish. If not, he wants Eddie Ute. Beer Viking, we will be up for the fight tomorrow, but the first goal is crucial. Whoever gets the first, you know what? That's crazy though, because whoever gets the first goal, I think that decides a lot, because if they score their goal in the first half, early stages, the pressure starts mounting on Newcastle. And on the other end, if we score 1 goal, man, they are knackered, man. Knackered. Colin Connor, thank you, man, for the kind super sticker and the pizza.
Slice of cherry pie. I don't know what that.
Oh, I thought it was a pizza, man.
Oh, is it an emoji?
Yeah. We are proper pie, man, like dessert. You know what I mean? None of that rubbish you guys eat over there. Why you guys call it pie when it's supposed to be a dessert, man?
It's a pie, a mince pie.
Come on, man.
It's a pastry. It's a pie.
Why you guys do everything wrong, man? You drive on the right side. Like, come on, man. You go in me.
We drive on the left.
On the left, on the left. No, but you sit on the right. So that's. Come on, man.
Yeah, we sit where the danger is, mate.
You use meters and stuff. Keep it simple, man. Feet, inches, miles. Come on. All right. There's some more comments. Kelvin, we've got a thing about letting an early goal in. Oh, yeah, that is true, actually.
We've also got a thing about scoring early goals.
Old angry noob gamer, man. We gotta find your name, man, because you're killing me with that long ass name. How can Eddie be blamed if the club are not signing players because of PSR? We cannot buy. If we buy in this window, then we have to sell a star player the next window. What's the point?
Okay, so I'll tell you why you can be blamed, because I think and have thought since the start of the season that the current squad that we have should be top 4. So that's why.
Jordan Swills, first time seeing you, mate. Welcome. Says 4-3-3, go for the early goal and kill the game.
There'll definitely be 4-3-3. I don't think there's any doubt about that.
There's no doubt about that.
But hey, no, there's a thing.
I mean, that's one tactic.
Wouldn't that be a surprise? Wouldn't that be a surprise if we're set up? Because obviously, Arteta's going to be expecting 4-3-3.
Yeah, but
wouldn't that be a surprise?
I think that will surprise our players as well.
It surprised me and all.
Our players are gonna be like, "Wait, what's going on here?
Who am I watching?" Yeah.
So I don't know about that. Nathan says all that has to be out at the back of our mind. All that has to be out of the back of our minds. The only match which matters is tomorrow into progress. I agree with you. I think we were talking about maybe Birmingham in the earlier stages.
Yeah, it's true.
Last but not least, Beer, just play the game, don't play the scoreboard. Look at that, man. Just
yeah, as Eddie said, it's 0-0.
Yep.
Go out there with the mindset of 0-0, and you should get the job done.
You better believe it. All right, let's gonna get to Arsenal's lineup. But before that, Gogs Singh says we need to not worry about PSR. We have big hitters as owners. We as club will never fail in business. I don't have an issue with no buys this month. And then before we move on, Kelvin, we'll get the Spursy nickname if we lose Toonie. Toonie. The Toonie. All right. Toonsy. Oh, God forbid. Anyways, Arsenal's lineup. Don't know. I mean, we could probably pull up as well what they did last game. I guess that would have been the Man City game because that's an important game.
Yeah.
So did they use this lineup here? Do we know? Raya, Saliba, Gabriel, Lewis Skelly, Timba, and then you got Partey, Rice, Odegaard up front with in the midfield rather, and up front Trossard, Havertz, and Martinelli. I think that's the best lineup they have at the moment. I think they will use the same lineup because they got Leicester. You know, they against Leicester. I mean, Leicester was it? Yeah, right, Leicester. So
yeah, they were Leicester to come on Saturday.
So I think they can gamble on if they need it, but at the end of the day, they might have enough time to.
So what have we got there? The Man City lineup was Raya, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Lewis Kelly, Odegaard, Partey, and Rice, Martinelli, Havertz, and Trossard.
That is it. So that's the lineup.
So
that's the lineup. We beat 2-0. Is it? I don't think Skelly was playing much.
Yeah, Skelly was playing.
Skelly was playing. Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe it is. And it is. So well, it is what it is, isn't it? I mean, what can we do?
Actually, he was about Arsenal's best player on the night.
All right, he's been actually one of their best.
He's been a bright star.
Yeah, been really, really good. That kid. Well, look, man, it is what it is. You got to beat whoever's in front of us. I mean, what can we say? Let's go with ours, shall we? Look at that, man. Some big hitters on the board now. Proper footballers, man. Dubravka at goal. No questions about Dubravka. By the way, we forgot about Pope. He's ready.
Yeah. Well, they bring him back for the.
Nobody even asked about Pope in the morning.
Well, he might be used for the cup game. You never know.
Well, I think he'll definitely be used for Birmingham.
Oh yeah. Definitely. He needs match games now.
Yeah.
Whether they'll risk him for this one, I'm not sure.
That lineup, that Arsenal lineup, the Man City lineup for Arsenal was identical to the starting lineup against us when we beat 2-0, except for the fact that Martinelli started on the left with Trossard on the right, whereas against City, Trossard was on the left and Martinelli was on the right.
But again, you know, Arteta used that fluid movement, doesn't he? So Trossard sometimes will just drop into the middle. Havertz or Martinelli will go out on the left-hand side. Martinelli will go out right. Trossard will go right. So what you see here, it isn't always, you know, in glue. So they have got a forward line that will interchange with each other. Hence, he likes that fluid three at the front. Not really worked well for them, to be fair, because not that, you know, I mean, obviously people will say, well, they just banged umpteen goals past Man City. I think there was a couple of gifts.
So we're talking about goalkeeper. 10G Vivid might be needed for penalties. Would you guys do the Van Gaal in the World Cup of 2014 and bring in Mr. Damn it, what's his name? Play for Newcastle.
Tim Krul.
Tim Krul. Hey, he, you know, I mean, so there's a divided opinion about that, you know, because they're like, I've heard old coaches say, well, what's the confidence that you're giving your goalkeeper if you sub him out? But at the end of the day, the confidence is gone, man. He's out.
It's gone. And if you end up a penalty shootout, it's.
I think the thing is, though, that would be something that you talk about pre-match. So all through the tactical setup, all through their training scheme now, they will be doing penalty after penalty, saves after saves, and there will be an acknowledgement between the team of who will come and save those penalties if required.
Mm-hmm.
So, what that also means is, if I'm honest with you, is they're gonna, as we have seen recently, there'll be no substitutions unless required until late in the game.
Fix my shirt there. All right, and so Dubravka, no questions, but it will be interesting to see what happens in penalties, for sure. As far as the center backs, we got a few questions. We got a few questions all over the place, to be honest, right now. Maybe except the front. But Dan Burn, Fabian Schär, at the moment in this table, do people want Botman in? So please let me know in the chat. Do you want Botman in? Fabian Schär is not doing good defensively, man.
No.
So I don't know. I don't know that we can afford, because, by the way, people score so easy on us. So easy. Can we afford to have those opportunities given to Arsenal? I don't know. This game is the game, man.
This is the boy.
So
I mean, to be fair, when you look at the game against Fulham, nobody put themselves up in lights saying that this is a guaranteed shirt in the back line. So again, it's a case of Eddie Howe will have a look at all of them, and it'll be the sharp one. And like you say, for me, the one thing that I love about Botman is the fact that he's not afraid to get stuck in and put his body on the line. You know, he throws himself in front of the ball for blocks. He throws himself at feet and things like that. So I'd have Botman in tomorrow because I'd want that, and it should probably be for Shaw, because I just don't think he gives us that. So I would gamble with Shaw tomorrow, as in out of the team, and Botman comes in.
I think
I would do exactly the same. Horses for courses. It was Botman and Burn when we beat them at the Emirates. So
and that's, I think that's what Havertz has an issue with, is dealing with two giants. He's not really a natural, banging center forward. So
no.
So he definitely doesn't like the friction. It's a man games down there when you bring in Botman and Dan Burn. So when you put in Schär, he's just too soft at the moment, man. I think he's too soft. So I think
he's just creating far too much stress. And again, I know it sounds crazy, this, Chris, but are we having problems from the rest of the team knowing that Shaw has literally dropped lots of clangers recently? We look at the header that he ducked under. He's done that several times. Has the team around him been unsure, and in such a way where they're not in their usual shape because they're trying to protect that right side centre back? I don't know. I'm only assuming here, but it does have a massive psychological effect on all of the players around you if there's one that's just failing to do the simple stuff.
Yeah. Now there's a question in the chat. Beer Viking says,
and the other thing about Schär, by the way, as well, is yes, we like his cross-field distribution when they come off, but the one thing we don't want to be doing is keep on giving Arsenal the ball back.
I don't mind giving it one back in there off.
That's where they'll be getting it back if Schär's trying these Hollywood passes all the time. It only takes one of them to come off, and all of a sudden we're 3-0 up. But I would definitely go with Botman.
Well, Beer wants us to talk about Burn and Burn's deficiencies. He says the Fabian Schär gets the blame for Burn's deficiencies.
You know what Beer's like with Burn and Murphy, so.
Well, but I mean, he does have a point though. But then Burn does commit. He's not perfect by any means, man.
No,
you say he's perfect.
No. I just said
he makes a lot of mistakes.
None of them filled themselves with glory.
He makes a lot of mistakes, man.
No, he doesn't.
Man. Come on, man.
Well, come
Be
on.
honest, man. Be honest, man. He makes a
Well,
lot of
come
mistakes.
on, name them.
Not as much as Shaw, by the way, but you can argue that that you need that sort of
You know, they're
voice
trying to
leadership
blame
there.
Byrne for the goal for Fulham's. Sorry, for Southampton's goal when he was covering for Lewis Hall there.
Well, he wasn't because Louis Hall was already out there. He went out there because there was a
No,
second player
Lewis
there.
Hall appeared late on the scene.
No, I've watched it several times. When Louis Hall was there, it was somebody else not tracking back because should be Anthony Gordon that tracks back with that winger, and he didn't track back. J7 was obviously had injured himself from that silly tackle that he went into, and what happened then was because there was a man overload. And again, this is what I said. Sometimes Byrne just follows the ball. He doesn't look at what's around him at the time. And by him going to the ball, he left that guy wide open in the middle of the park. Now, I'm not saying that was Dan Byrne's fault per se, but if he was still in position, if the ball had come into the middle, then you've got a chance of clearing it.
Except the ball wouldn't have come in the middle under those circumstances.
Well, then you close the ball down, doesn't it? That's what I'm saying.
No, but the kid would have just cut in and had a shot.
Well, that's what I said. You close the ball down when that happens. You don't just say, I'm just going to go for a run.
Not having it.
I know.
Well, you're not having it exactly. You will criticize.
It is what it is.
You will criticize Isak, although he's having the season of his life, but you won't criticize Dan Byrne. That right there is where you fail at miserably.
Yeah.
So I think that Fabian Schär right now is the one. If I had to pick the two, I had to pick Fabian Schär because he's not really doing anything. So I would have to. So we agree on Botman coming in. So let's move on. Let's put Schär out. Let's put where's Botman at? Botman right there. He needs to come in, and and we'll see what happens there. So as far as left back, Lewis Hall, no issue. Right, Livramento.
You need pace, so I would definitely stay there.
Livramento's gonna have to. Livramento's gonna have to.
Trips for me.
He gives the ball away at times, though, a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I said. I've always said Trips for me because of his experience. But to be fair, I have seen a lot of fault with Trips recently. Over the last couple of games when he's come on, he's not been the person that I'd seen previously.
Are you telling me you haven't seen a lot of faults with Livramento?
Listen, I was one of the first ones to say I ain't 100% with Tino, like everybody else was raving about him in the channel. And for me, I've never been that person, and he has got a lot of faults. But as daft it looks, and this is going to go against the grain, but I would have loved to have seen Kraft come back and have a couple of minutes in a game because I think Kraft could have done a better job for us in this game.
Well, that's what Sam A is saying.
Opinions on Kraft. Than either Tino or Trips.
Yeah, I see. Trips' legs seem to have gone win. I think Trips loves it. He doesn't give us anything down the right hand side anymore. There's no structure to the game. He comes inside a lot of the time now and plays in that 6 slot.
I think if you give the task to Trips to say, I need you to really stay back and defend, and not risk it, I think he could do a job as opposed to just letting him do what a right back does, which is go back and forth. I think that he'll have an issue with that. Maybe, to be fair, I still have a lot of hope. But if you tell him, look, we're going to attack through the left, stay back and support because we can't afford to leave them open because we're going to be done. Then he might do a job. Livramento still right now still runs like a chicken with his head cut off. Shout out to Sam. Great minds think alike. There you go. Well, because Sam says opinions of Kraft. I always thought he looked solid. I like to see him get some minutes this season. Well, Kraft
at the start of the season, Kraft was superb.
Superb, absolutely. That's what I said. I just don't think. I think it's too much of a gamble to throw him in this game. That's why I said I would have liked to have seen him come on and have some minutes just to get some match sharpness after he's obviously he's breaking his collarbone.
Well, I would have Trips anyway. But
Bogus says Trips cannot play 90 minutes. His legs have gone.
Well, okay, so you've got Tino to come on off the bench. Which, by the way, if we do happen to be losing, you're better off with Tino coming off the bench as an attacking-minded option than you are with Trips. Well, but I think Trips is just experience
Yeah, I agree, and I think because he doesn't get
Well,
high up the field,
but
like Chris said, I think he sits in that defensive role
Yeah.
a bit better
well,
than Tino would.
but maybe that's what you need in this when
Yeah.
you're winning. However, that experience cost us against Chelsea last season.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he
So
was
and
going
that
through a
is
whole load
big
of
time.
personal shit then, wasn't he?
Nah, well, we don't know nothing about that, man. Well, let me tell you.
Well, we do know. It's common knowledge, you know.
Well, nobody forced him, so he was doing what he wanted. So he did, he made a few mistakes there. That's so nothing is guaranteed in football, obviously.
That's a great thing that is there.
That's a great comment. that isn't it?
Absolutely, that is
Which
David
one, which
T's
one?
superb, buddy.
Where?
David T's there.
See if I can find it.
Do it for Alan Shoulder.
Oh, yeah, he passed away. Alan
Two
Shoulder,
legends,
man.
yeah,
Alan
absolutely.
Shoulder passed away.
Great
I
comment,
forgot
mate.
about
Comment
that
of the
yesterday.
night for me, that is.
Yeah.
Do it for Alan Shoulder, Toon legend in hard times. I tell you what, though, the club. That's why I criticize the club, see, because the club, they better they better do something tomorrow where they do a minute of silence for Alan Shoulder, man.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
Well,
Well, it'll be a minute's applause, I would imagine.
yeah, exactly. So take care of the legends, man. Take care of the legends. There's a few that can't come back, but it is what it is. But the ones that can, get them in there and appreciate them because everybody contributed. So there we go. I was watching Tino Asprilla talking Spanish in Colombia. He's doing punditry over there, and Tino Asprilla, man, it felt like he was in the tune for 20 years, but because he was living life in Newcastle, I'll tell you that. He was living life. You can say that again, boy. He was living life. That
There
is
was
a
no
proper.
there was no like a Tino party, I tell you.
That was, man, that guy. The celebrations, jumping around and twirling around.
I'm talking more off.
Well, I know that, but I'm not trying to bring that up, man. Whatever we're told in secrecy, mighty win. Keep it in secrecy, man.
No, this is personal experience.
Well, I don't know if you were listening, but Nobi said a few things.
Yeah. Well, so did Paul Cannell.
Which Nobi didn't play with him. He said he didn't play with him in the tune.
Not the same team.
But he said he right after he came on.
No, because Dalglish sold Asprilla as soon as he came in.
That's what I'm saying. So he came in right after Asprilla, but so he was the same locker room. So he was definitely made aware of what he missed.
Oh yeah, he didn't miss it.
And maybe Nobi was happy for his career that he missed some of the things he missed. Oh man!
Oh my!
Bulky, remember the corner flag with Tino? Yeah, wouldn't that be at the time being a season ticket holder on that corner flag? Boy, you knew Tino was coming. You knew Tino was coming, man.
Have you read that from Beer Viking? I can't read it out, but my God, it.
No.
I nearly choked.
No. Beer Viking, leave people alone,
Yeah,
bro.
it's shocking, man.
Come on, man. Anyways, midfield. Win been to all the parties. Tinny, Diddy. You been to a Diddy party, man?
That's when all that baby all went to.
Man. Oh, mighty win. He said he want to try everything once. Man, I didn't know about that.
Don't knock until you've tried it.
Come on, man. Don't do that, man. Hey, let me tell you, he said something about a back door. I didn't know what he was talking about. So there we go.
No. I've seen you one way about.
Okay.
Oh my God.
All right. Anyways, let's move on, shall we? Tangi says I was in that corner when Tino raised the corner flag against Mets. Nice. Proper. Anyways, midfield. No issues with midfield. Joe Linton, Tonali, Guimaraes. No. Oh no, there is an issue.
J7, isn't it?
J7. Sam threw in a super chat about Sam. I believe Joe Linton. So Joe Linton is a question. Did we play safe? Did we not play safe? Eddie Howe said that he's full, but they'll do everything to wait for him to.
Well, he obviously didn't want to tip Arteta's hand, does he?
No.
Yeah, but to me, I don't believe none of that, man. That's not gonna. To me, that's not gonna make Arteta prepare any different. It's
No, they'll have a plan in hand, mate. To be fair,
it's 2025, man. It's not like the old days where people just showed up. You know,
I mean, I'd love to see Miley in from the start, but by bringing Miley in, I think if he does start Miley, it means that Bruno moves over to J7 slot. He doesn't seem to have trust in Miley playing on that left centre midfield role. So I think for me, I think it has to be Willock because I don't want to see too many disruption within the side. If J7, as much as I mean, Willock's had a bit of a decent game against Arsenal.
do you think? So he's got a what is it like a hamstring situation?
Who J7?
Uh,
J7's got a knee.
Willock against Arsenal was our worst player.
Well, if you look at all of what people are saying on social media, is that Willock, some of his better games have been against Arsenal. So it's that's all I'm saying. I mean, we've only seen Willock in flashes in recent games, so it's not a case of I'm with you. I don't think he set the world on fire in a lot of them, but I again, he's always got something to prove when it comes to Arsenal, because obviously they're the ones that let him go.
I mean that's yeah, but I mean I think he's gonna wait for Joe Linton as much as he can. I mean, if Joe Linton is 90%, do you think he plays?
Well, I think it's a massive risk when you've got still so many games in the season, mate. To be fair,
everybody's going to love me for this one, but
yeah,
I think if J7 isn't fit, Longstaff's a nailed on certainly.
Oof.
Man, you are crazy, man.
Ooh.
I'm telling you,
No,
Longstaff on the right,
you can't do that.
Tonali in the middle, and Bruno on the left.
Not a chance in hell. You cannot do that.
Well, wouldn't surprise me. You know what Eddie's like? Players that he trusts.
I don't know.
I'm not saying I would do it, but I'm saying it would not surprise me one little bit. And by the way, just out of interest, Longy's got a pretty good record in
come on, man.
Carabao
Stop with that
Cup
nonsense,
semi-finals.
This guy, man.
Yeah, I mean, I would. I'd start Miley because I'd want a ball player.
Yeah, I want Miley.
Miley 100%, exactly.
Yeah, I'd start Miley because I'd want a ball player in there.
If J7 isn't absolutely 100% fit, I'll have Miley, please. Thank you very much.
Kelvin said, "I'm going to throw up if that happens." Come on, man. That just
yeah. No longer. Yeah. I mean, I saw enough of Longy, against Man U. When he didn't actually make a tackle, and when J7 coming off the bench, he had 20 minutes left, and he obviously smashed.
Well, but that was Willock against Arsenal. I just had a quick look at his stats there. Willock against Arsenal.
And that's the rugby here has a good comment. Longstaff will come on for defense.
None out of 4 ground duels.
I agree with this. Rugby.
Times. He got dribbled past twice. 7 out of 10 accurate passes. And none out of 1 long balls out of those 7. So he had if you remember when we were commentating after the game, I mean, obviously we were ecstatic, so it kind of went under the radar because we'd won 2-0, so everybody was just praise. But he was poor.
I mean, to be fair, we've not done any player scores for matches, have we, for a while now? Because
and we need to start doing
traveling and stuff like that.
At least a video, short video on it. We definitely had to do that. All right, so midfield is that. Well, who do we put? I mean, Joe Linton. Do we risk him? To be honest, I would risk him because I think this game is now. You run into the issue that happened with Sunderland, where he came on and he was hurt. And it was worse than what it was. But
he snapped his quad tendon against Sunderland, didn't he? With that cross ball pass. Because all his weight then went onto a knee that wasn't supported or wasn't square when it landed on the ground, so which put a tear into his quad tendon. So, like I said, I think this is, and because it's on his right leg again, where the brace is, It wouldn't surprise me whether I'm not saying he's ruptured it again, but he's obviously irritated that part of his knee. I mean, we all saw the kinesiology tape that was on his knee against Fulham. That was obviously to try and keep it within a line. And obviously he still wasn't running freely, and he was still complaining. And I mean, he's had a poor game anyway, and he's had a poor game for a couple of weeks now. So it makes you wonder whether he's been carrying this knee for some time. And I can understand what Eddie Howe says by putting it in the brace. You are giving it a little bit of extra support and padding and things like that. But again, I've seen too much on social media saying that he's had to go and see a specialist. And if it's that bad, again, why risk it? Why take that risk? But again, this is Eddie Howe, isn't it? If Eddie Howe risks J7 in this match, he has no faith in what he's got following.
Well, interesting what Gogs is saying. J7 hasn't been playing great as of late, so it wouldn't. Maybe she's not in the greatest form, but maybe you do need it to save the result. Maybe you do need an enforcer in the middle to battle, to combat.
I mean, if he's that way inclined, I mean, you could say to yourself, if I need somebody to dig in, come on,
exactly,
and give us the last 15 minutes or so.
That is true. Very good point. All right. So to who are we going? Just to be safe, I think you'll put Willock anyway.
Yeah, that's what I said. I think he likes to go like for like, so it'll be Willock for me because he won't want to unbalance the side.
I agree as well. Definitely, we'll try to give Miley a chance though. But I think it'll be Willock, Tonali, Guimaraes, and up front you got Gordon, Isak, and Murphy. I don't think there's any.
But that's not going to change, is it?
That's not going to change at all. So there we go. I think that could be the lineup. Dubravka, Botman, Byrne, Hall, Livramento, Willock, Tonali, Guimaraes, Gordon, Isak, and Murphy up front. So that is the lineup for the tune. Shall we do player by player, please? So Mighty Win. Okay, write it down. So we got Raya.
Yeah.
Raya versus Raya versus and by the way, people in the chat, if you're new, we do player by player where we vote and you vote who would you rather have out of the two. So we got Dubravka, Dubs, or is it with there we go. Martin Dubravka or David Raya. Who would you go with, Mighty Win?
Dubs all day long.
Dubs all day long.
My man.
Gary?
David Raya.
Ooh. So it's up to me. Well, I have to go with David Raya. He's got a better form, better age, better market value, better everything at this point. As far as better goalkeeper, I'd say Raya, obviously. So there we go. What's the next one, Mighty Win?
You've got Timber versus Livramento.
Timber. Oh, no, this is for Livramento. Livramento versus Timber. Mr. Jurian Timber. Oof. That is tough as well. They're about the same age. It's crazy. Timber looks older.
It looks older, doesn't he? Yeah, look.
But really good Netherlands international.
This is a toughie because they've both got a problem.
But
Timber's not a natural right back and has been seen to be obviously gifting chances and letting opposition get in behind him. So I don't know. It's a difficult one. This I'd probably give the benefit of the doubt to Tino, if I'm honest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm
just because I know what I'm getting.
Just on the basis that last selection is England's current international right back.
Yeah, but Timber plays and Livramento doesn't play. So
well, he did last time.
No, stop with the BS, man. He's not a starter for England.
Well, who's going to start in front of him?
The Liverpool man that might go to Real Madrid. You remember him?
Oh, Alexander-Arnold. Is that a right back?
I do love this, but that's
What?
when it started.
That's kind of where he plays in his life, but yeah, I mean, sure.
Well, he doesn't though, does he? That's why he's
He,
gone to
he,
Real Madrid. He's not going to
he
Real Madrid to play right back.
and Owen Walker if he is available, by the
Yeah,
way. So
and to be fair, Trent has been challenged to play defensive midfielder, and to
yeah,
be fair, he looks lost as defensive midfielder. But I think
look, man,
that's
He
been the
looks worse
challenge.
as a right back.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Timber. I think Timber is proving more now than Livramento at the moment. But it doesn't matter anyway. So Livramento gets that one. Let's go with left back. We'll go with Lewis Hall, and
Oh, it's another cracker. This one.
who else do we have?
That's that Louis Skelly. He looks quite cool.
No, but it ain't. No, I mean that's fine. But he just
Yeah, but I'd go with Hall.
Lewis Hall. He's been getting it done for. He is a starting international, not Lewis Kelly. So no issue there. Let me see. Center backs. We got Dan Burn and who else? But no. Hold on. Time out. Dan Burn and
Gabriel.
And Gabriel is not even. Let's not even do it, man. Let's not even do it.
Let's not even do it, as you say.
Exactly. So
Obviously, Burn and Gabriel.
exactly. On the other one, so we lost that one, but I think we might win this one. Sven Botman and Saliba. Well, obviously Saliba has proven more, but
it's Saliba for me.
Yeah. Saliba at the moment
he's good.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, you look at those two as a centre back pairing, you can't go far wrong, and that's what when you look at Isak when he actually took the mickey out of them. I think that was just pure class, and that's what I said. I think Arteta has to have a game plan for Isak, and Isak has had it, a bit easy the last couple of games. He's not, and again, I don't know whether that's just been the gaffer saying, ease off a little bit, don't go mental, because we need you going forward. I don't know, but I think if Isak comes with his game form, I think he's going to be outstanding.
Mr. Rugby doesn't want to play. He said, "Why are they doing comparison? Why are we comparing? It's just a game. It's a match preview game where we see where our squad is. By the way, we usually win in the midfield, but at this point we're losing in the center backs. All right, right back. Did we do? Yeah, we did. Left back as well. So we're going to midfield now. I mean midfield. Let's see.
Odegaard, Bruno.
Odegaard and Bruno. Yeah.
Ooh. Man, I'm not gonna lie, man.
Odegaard for me.
Odegaard takes that one as of right now.
Oh well, if you're both saying Odegaard,
no doubt. I mean, you got any doubts?
Yeah, Bruno for me.
What? Get out of here, man. One is proper quality, man. It's
Bruno is not like
Odegaard at the moment. No.
Oh, disagree.
No, Odegaard, man. Odegaard can play for England and Brazil. Bruno can, come on.
He just plays for Brazil, yeah.
He plays for Brazil. I'm not saying he doesn't. He sometimes gets subbed off.
Opposed to Norway.
Sometimes he gets subbed off and on in Brazil, but Odegaard, in Norway, but that's where he's born. However, if he was English, he would be playing for England. You know that, man. Come on. Odegaard would play in any national team in the world.
He's better than mine.
Bruno was English. He'd be playing for England and all.
No, I don't know about that. That's the thing, though. That you can even argue that Rice. All right. Well, anyways.
Yeah, I mean, there is some people in the chat saying Odegaard has been awful this season, and to a degree, he hasn't been his usual style itself. But he's only just come back from injury. He's still a bit rusty at the minute.
He's only had one good season last season.
He played for Real Madrid as well, so that doesn't count, I guess. Anyway, what did Bruno play? What is it? Lyon? Or not even Lyon. The other twats. Anyway,
Sandro versus Partey.
Oh, it ain't even close, man.
They didn't put it on there.
I'm not even gonna bother with that. Sandro Tonali. Hey, come on, man. Pippity papa. Hey, it's a Sandro. Sandro. Pure Pomodoro, man. Pomodoro.
Midfield maestro from Milano.
100% Pomodoro, man. You know what that means?
No.
100%.
100% tomato, man, like tomato sauce.
Oh, Pomodoro. Of course.
Yeah, there we go. Come on, man. 100% tomato sauce. By the way, his Nona watches every single match of Tonali. He got her all the subscriptions for her to watch. You know what a Nona is, man? Grandma, man.
Grandma.
Fucking hell, man. This guy doesn't know a damn thing. But anyways, his Nona watches him every week. God bless her soul.
Und sprichst du Deutsch? Und parles du Français?
Yeah, I speak French. I speak French. Yeah, all of the, yeah.
Alors, parlez.
Oui, c'est mes pois, Pepper Le Pew, French fry.
La plume de maton.
Pepper Le Pew. A French fry. There we go.
Pommes
all right. So other midfield. We got Joe Linton or no? No, we got
No, it's going to have to be Joe
Willock.
Joe
Willock with.
Willock.
Well, it's Ray's.
Yeah, Rice, Declan Rice.
Declan Rice gonna get that one. Yeah, that's a fact. All right. So who do we got up front then?
So we got Murphy versus. Well, depending on which way around they go, you've got Murphy. As I say, Martinelli played on the right wing against City. So you've got Murphy v Martinelli.
Yeah.
And I'm going with Murphy in the form he's in.
Man, get out of here, man. No. See, that's not cool, man. We're not doing this fair, man. We're not doing this fair. Martinelli was killing us last game, man. He was cooking us. Martinelli cooked Botman 20 times. And I thought, man, what the hell is going on with Botman? See, people remember we won 2-0. That is it. No. Watch the first half, the first 15 minutes. Martinelli was cooking Botman to the point where I look and said, Botman cannot hang, man. He's 20 minutes in, he's tired.
If he was cooking anybody, it would have been Tino he was cooking.
No, Botman
purely and simply left.
Exactly. But Botman
the ball
kept
through
covering.
The middle. Yeah, the ball through the middle is where Martinelli turned Botman and had all that, and hit the post, wasn't it?
11 crosses with 0 accuracy. 1 long ball with 0 accuracy. This is against us.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
No aerial.
You can't look at that, man.
Possession lost 18 times.
You can't look at it like that, man. Anyway, but listen, Martinelli is a better footballer than Murphy, man. If you want to disagree with that, then that's fine.
I think he's technically better, absolutely.
But who's more effective?
Well,
effective, man.
I'm talking about right now, at this moment in time.
Yeah. Well, let's see how many Martinelli. Leave Martinelli alone like that. Like Murphy has been left just to shoot the ball. How many times he scores? Martinelli will score more times than Murphy. Come on, man. Okay, well, you say Murphy. You're gonna die on Murphy. Perfect. I say Martinelli. What do you say, Gary?
I've got to go with Martinelli. I think he's technically better a player than
there you go. Plain and simple. Sam A says Murphy's a workhorse. That's fine, but I need an Andalusian horse. I don't need a draft horse. I need an Arabian horse for style and flair.
But I mean, Wynn's right. I mean, you can't blame. You can't undo what Murphy's done on 2 seasons.
No, 2 seasons. What?
Yeah. He was our top assister last season.
Well, okay. Well, I can't. I would have to go watch every game because I couldn't believe that. But this year, I can check your hand. But last season, man, I don't know about that. Him and Almiron was going back and forth. Here we go with this. Don't say none of this numpty, man. Numpty. See, you can't even see it, so pull it out. Just say what you need to say, man. Win. Just say it.
There you go.
So you screwed up the thing. Thanks, man.
So what?
We can't even read, man.
26 matches.
There's just a massive.
There's massive circles, man. That looks like
There you go.
Cholesterol
This
level,
is Martinelli, 26 games, 9 goals, 4 assists. Murphy, 20 games, 8 goals, 9 assists.
Yeah, okay, but you still lost, though. 2 people went for Martinelli, and you went for Murphy.
Completed passes, 78% for Martinelli, 76% for Murphy. Shots per game, 1.85 Martinelli, 2.07 for Murphy.
Here's the thing, though, man. Pretty
Shots
simple.
per goal, 5.33 for Martinelli, 7.25 for Murphy. Minutes per goal, 3-2-4 for Murphy, 3-4-4 for
All right.
Martinelli.
Listen, all of that's great, wonderful. At the end of the day, we like Waldo says, we would sign Martinelli. We wouldn't sign Murphy if he was.
I
available.
wouldn't sign Martinelli. What the hell?
But I would. I would certainly.
In fact,
If
they
he was
couldn't
available,
get
I
shut to
would.
Martinelli.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's fine. Anyways, you lost still, so it doesn't matter. As far as Gordon and who's the other one? That's where Martinelli should have been actually, if you wanted to compete.
Well, that's what I said. Martinelli usually goes on the other side, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And Trossard drops over to the other.
So Trossard and Gordon.
Yeah, Gordon.
Well, I mean, yeah, you could say Gordon, and then Isak, and it's not even fair. Isak and what's his name? Isak wins
Havertz.
every time of the year. All right, so last but not least, players who have played for both teams, ladies and gentlemen, let us know. Let's test your mind.
Supermac.
Supermac. That we need to do a Once Upon a Time.
Grab.
The next Once
Andy
Upon a Time
Cole.
is going to be about Supermac. How about that? So stay tuned. Become a member because the next Once Upon a Time will be about Supermac. Andy Cole.
Yeah.
Andy Cole, Supermac, right? Pat Race.
Pat Rice. Oh.
Campbell.
Sol Campbell.
Sol Campbell, yeah.
That's easy though, man. But we need Willock. Rugby says Willock.
Yeah, I'm thinking about days gone by.
And there's
Isaac
another one.
Hayden?
There is two.
Isaac Hayden, yeah.
There's a player on their end that played for Newcastle, and Joe Willock played for Arsenal. Who is in their play in their ranks that play for Newcastle? Win
Who was in what?
in Arsenal's team right now that play for Newcastle.
Oh, Mourinho.
Oh, Mourinho.
Well, Mourinho's a manager, man. He's a full man.
Marino.
He's in Turkish. Oh, Marino, exactly. So that's
Mikel Marino.
Mikel Marino. Marino and Mourinho is not the same, bro.
Last year, I said Mourinho.
And we got Debussy.
Ooh,
Debussy, yeah.
That was pro by that, man.
Arguably Newcastle's best.
Debuchy.
Debuchy.
Tremendous. Debuchy was amazing.
No, here's one for you. Did he play more goals for Newcastle or Arsenal?
Did he play more games?
Yeah.
For Newcastle?
Probably Arsenal, because he only played for us for half a season.
No,
he played for 2 seasons.
For Newcastle.
Yeah, but he was injured.
He was injured for a while. Played 43 matches for us. I've just had a look. And 31 matches for Arsenal. Now, I just said Arsenal.
Exactly. I said, no,
and he was at 4 seasons at Arsenal and only played 31.
Newcastle all day, man. I remember him. Isaac Hayden, Toon legend and Arsenal legend.
Yeah.
I wish he'd have stayed at Arsenal.
Me too.
There we go. And that is it, man. So the only old head is Supermac. That's surprising, actually.
Yeah, it is.
What, the only Premiership?
Yeah.
Well, actually, the only Premiership and not Premier League, if you want to be correct, because there's no Premiership right now.
Yeah. You leave us Aldens alone.
Exactly. So I guess so, but that is kind of weird, isn't it? Because I mean, surely there's more though. We just don't know. We don't know.
Yeah,
they did it under the table.
Yeah.
Kenny Simpson,
not necessarily directly from one to the other, but
no, but I mean, play for both. Kenny Simpson, I didn't know about that.
That's what. Sorry, I said Pat Rice. I meant Kenny Sampson.
Yeah.
Exactly. When I said Pat Rice, I was like, well, what? Yeah, there we go.
That's a classic. That is.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right.
Forgot about that one.
No, that's the one I was thinking of because obviously Pat Rice didn't play for us.
No.
He was his full-back partner.
Where?
Didn't Supermac lose his teeth on his debut? I don't think he did.
Lose his teeth?
Yeah, he hadn't.
He scored a hat-trick and got stretched out.
Yeah.
Players like that young were having false teeth, man?
Yeah, they used to get head-butted, mate, all the time.
Oh, my God.
When you go for the header and hit the back of somebody's head.
The players had a gold tooth? They had the gold tooth? Come on. Mighty, when you had a gold tooth, didn't you, when you smiled? You had you. Come on, man. All right, so predictions. What's your prediction, folks? Chat, please let us know. what your predictions are.
I've gone for 1-1 on the night.
Well, we're obviously talking 90 minutes.
Oh, what the hell is that?
90 minutes, and I am going to go
That's what I had.
1-0 at Tune.
1-0.
By the way, I haven't updated that.
I don't know. 1-0. I think that's feasible. I haven't even gone yet, to be honest, with my prediction.
Yeah, Bratton's saying 2-1.
My
Arsenal.
God, I haven't even set it up.
No, you haven't. So we won't bother until you
Right.
got it tomorrow. So
I'll do that when we're finished.
Well, you might be getting some off the guys though.
Amherst is
missing
2-1,
anybody?
but they have 3-2 Beard. But you can
Right.
just check the
Amherst,
community and 2-1.
2-1.
Ronald Turnbull 6-0. 6-0. Get out of here.
Woo!
But he's
Yeah,
saying 6-0 too.
1-1.
Ronald Turnbull 6-0.
Oh, Ernie.
Beard says
Ronald Turnbull 6-0.
Yeah.
That's what he says, bro. Beard 3-2 Arsenal. Says Beard.
2-3
As in a
beer.
bearded guy. And by the way, a lot of these are on the group chat, man. So no, we ain't got time. Beer Viking 1-1. Tonali to score. So that's the last one.
Roy 1-2.
I'm gonna say, oh man, that's a tough one right there, man.
What do you say, guys? 1-1.
1-1. Yeah, it's in the chat, mate.
You know what? I'm gonna say 1-1. I just think it's gonna be 1-1. So I want to say 1-0, but Beard. His name is Beard, but he doesn't have a beard. So there you go. All right.
Maybe I should be called Chin because I have got a beard. I don't know
exactly.
what
All right. Yeah. By the way, I wanted to show you guys this since we talked about it already. Let's have a listen. I'm gonna get knackered by YouTube for showing this, but I gotta do it, man. I gotta do it because Mr. Tino Asprilla, the Colombian maestro, the one that didn't care. Let's take a listen. Let's take a watch. Tino Asprilla. Look at in the best uniform from the tomb, by the way. That's my favorite shirt ever, man. The best, to me, the most beautiful shirt ever. Beautiful penalty, by the way. Were you in the stands, Mighty Win?
I certainly was.
No, you weren't. You're lying. Oh, look at that, though. Look at that flying. Just flying. The kid. Gillespie, great Gillespie, man. Gillespie was good. Look at just flying. Look at the tune right there. The fans. And this here.
Boom, bang. Woo. Look at that. He was in the air for ages.
Look at that. Do it. Do it. Hey, Tino. I love the shield, man. Let's just do one more time because I love that celebration. Him flying like Michael Jordan.
That man was in the air for so long.
He does it. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. There it is. Look at that. Toon fans in the stands. Proper. That I wish I could get that shirt. I'd just do it, man.
Oof. That cost you a few quid there, mate.
Lovely.
Can I ask? Isn't it? Isn't it the
2-2?
I'm going to say 4 year, but it's not 4 years, is it? It's gone out of my head now. Isn't it a day or
it's the 14th anniversary?
14th anniversary of Tiotti Cheek. Yeah, Tiotti Cheek's Wonder Goal. Imagine if we've got that tomorrow night.
Oh, that would have been.
Oh, there you go. I knew it was somewhere around here.
Was it? I think it was yesterday, wasn't it?
No, I think it's on Wednesday.
I think it's Wednesday. I think
tomorrow.
It's the actual day. Yeah, 14 years. There was me. I see numbers. I'm rubbish.
Well, I had to pull it up now. I had to pull it up.
Yeah, Tiotti's Cheeks leveler.
That's gonna knacker me for real, but because I know the
2011, 5th of February 2011.
So I don't know why it's my thing is Drossman. Let me see.
4-4, 5th of February 2011, 14 years ago tomorrow.
So it was.
There you go.
But I think it's not.
I just love the commentary on this. Commentary is phenomenal.
Hold on, I had a better way of finding it, I think. Give me a second. But I reckon it's going to be a 1-1. I don't think it's going to be a lot of goals. But if Arsenal score first, that's what I got an issue, man.
On the 14th anniversary, I hope it's 4-4.
Can you imagine if it was if it ends
Oh,
up?
mate, I'll tell you something now. Can you imagine the odds at that? The bookies.
Yeah. There we go. I think we got it now. This is from obviously what it used to be NUFC TV until last year, I believe. That's how long it lasted. NUFC TV.
Yeah.
Come on, man, Howie. Let's refresh real quick.
Oh, Eileen's in there again. Hi, Win.
Hello, Eileen.
Oh, let's go.
I watched him to my jinky the other day.
Let's see if he goes. Hopefully it doesn't lag. Let's get it. Barton, controversial now, but he would put in a good cross.
Arsenal with everybody back.
I think it's gonna lag. I knew it, man. Twat. I don't even know why my computer does that, man. I'm telling you. I've shut down everything.
It's weird, isn't it? How certain things just.
I remember Jose.
Yeah.
What does Joey Barton have up his sleeve here? It's dealt with.
Finished 5th that year, no.
Yes.
That was the finish.
Yeah.
That was the year, wasn't it? Yeah, it's lagging, man. It's lagging. Unfortunately, sometimes it lags, sometimes it doesn't. But we got a lot of work.
I couldn't believe that when I saw that the other day. I'm thinking, crikey, 14 years. Has it been that long?
Seems like
mad, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, lovely stuff. We'll be back tomorrow match day. An hour before kickoff. It should be Tim and Gary starting the stream. I'll be joining a bit late because I'm at work, but it'll be a good one. So stay tuned for tomorrow. Great stuff. Have your say. Don't forget if you go to the stadium, go out there, have your say with Amrit outside of St. James's Park. We'll be putting videos and posting those as well. Mighty Win, have your say and get back home, man. Stop fighting around. You're gonna be freezing. Like in the videos, you were like this, man. You're like a popsicle, man. Come on.
Listen, if we get to Wembley, I'll be going straight on the tune.
Well. Anyways, it's been lovely. It's been great. And we finished 5th in 2012, says Ian. So that wasn't
12.
Yeah, what was 2011-12 season?
14 years. That was the last time Chris brought around in.
I didn't get trying to get a pint out of this.
Oh man, I give up. You just gotta ask, man. That's all. Now all you gotta do is ask, man.
You shouldn't have to ask when you're in the round. You should know when it's your round.
When you're in the situation, you forget, man. Anyways, thank you so much for your support. We'll see you tomorrow on match day, 1 hour before kickoff here on NUFC Talk TV. Shout out Gary. Shout out to Win. We'll see you in the next one. How are the lads?
Lasses Beds.